you should be able to walk away here with 3 key things that you can go and implement today to actually get better sales from your store. Okay. A bit of introductions first of all. I'm going to ask you questions, guys. This is not a webinar, so just to warn you now, you will be asked to respond when I ask you questions. So first off question, how many dots do people see on the screen? Count the dots. How many dots? It's all right, there's not 20 minutes of dot counting. This is a really quick one. So how many dots can you see on the screen? Anyone? How many do you reckon there are there? Lady in the blue top. You shook your head, therefore I've zoned in on you, so you have to tell me how many dots do you reckon there are there. 1 million, okay, not a million, less than a million. Anybody else? Huh? 20,000. How do you know that? That's amazing. It's brilliant. All right, there's 20,000 dots there, absolutely. That's amazing. No one's ever got that right before. Anyway, dots. According to Malcolm Gledhill, author of The Tipping Point, it takes 20,000 hours to become an expert in anything. And that's how many hours I've been doing email marketing. So I guess the point is that I've been doing this for quite a long time. So hopefully what I'm saying makes sense and you guys can implement and you will genuinely get the results that you're after. Very quick, Pure 360, that's where I work. We're an email service provider. We help these kinds of brands get better results from the email marketing. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about us. The rest of it's all about you. Okay, so the 3 strategies we're going to be looking at is retargeting, sales cycle targeting, and getting social, using social media with email marketing to get better results. And the first one, retargeting. Okay, so anyone name who that is? Come on, you know who it is. Huh? Right said Fred, excellent. Vanilla Ice, excellent. Last one. There's a clue in the background, people dancing. The Rembrandts, perfect. Okay, right, so, and what do all these 3 have in common? Huh? They sing, yeah. They're also one-hit wonders. They only released 1 song and then paled into insignificance very quickly afterwards. Some would argue, right said Fred, has actually had a long and illustrious career. I would say no. Anyway, so the point is that as email marketers, you spend loads of time getting up to the point at which you hit send on your email. So, you know, you get the right segment, you build a beautiful email, you think long and hard about how we're going to get the best response from it, and then you send the email out, and then kind of that's it, really. You might log in to then say, okay, did I get a good open rate or a good click-through rate? But generally, marketers tend to just walk away from it from that point. And so a lot of marketers really are one-hit wonders. That was a very roundabout way of saying that, but I thought it was fun. Okay, so 2 really simple ways that you can get better results from email marketing. Number 1, retarget the people that have not opened your email. If you get an industry-leading 35–40% people opening it, that's still 60% that have ignored your email. You know, that's not a successful campaign, really, is it? Now, what you don't want to do is to send a follow-up email after each and every campaign if they don't open it, because that's pretty much spamming, to be honest. What you want to do is, if you've got a really powerful communication that you think more people should have responded to, essentially, or a really powerful offer that you know your recipients are going to want, do that resend and unopened. So if it's a one-time, one-day sale, something like that, then yeah, do that resend and unopens. And we've actually seen people get 15% higher revenues just by sending exactly the same message, just changing the subject line, saying, in case you missed it, special offer today, or in case you missed it, one-day sale, and actually doing something as simple as that, which doesn't take very much time at all, 15% higher revenues. Amazing results, very little effort. Another thing you can do is retarget the people that have opened but have not clicked through. Now this, if you do one thing after listening to me talk for half an hour, please go back to your offices and send emails to people that have opened but not clicked through. You've done all the hard work, you've climbed that mountain, you've got someone to respond to, you've got their data in the first place, they've opened your email, but the creatives let them down for some reason. So, maybe their offer wasn't what they expected, maybe there was a disjoint between the subject line and the actual message content, but for some reason they have not clicked through. And they've demonstrated interest by opening it in the first place. So it's a really nice example, going the wrong way there, from Hackett. So this is Hackett London, one of our clients. They send out an email asking them to complete a survey. What's really interesting here, actually, a really good tip, is the people will click where the characters in the email are looking. So if you see the very posh looking chap there, he's looking at the actual complete survey. Now, if he was looking the other way, less people would actually click through on it. So if you've got any people, any pictures of real human beings in your emails, make sure they're looking at where you want your people to look. So really good. But if in this instance, not every single person who opened the email clicked through, and shame on them, because it is Hackett's 5th anniversary online, a follow-up email. Hi, quick reminder, please fill out our survey. And all they've done is changed the image of the posh bloke and the click-through icon. And again, very little time to do this, big impact on the response rates that you're getting. Okay, so resent on opens, uber easy, just change the subject line, retarget people that have opened, not clicked through. Hi, we noticed you opened our last email, but you didn't click through. Maybe you'll like this. Really simple, customer service focused message, gets you great results. Okay. Next thing we're going to talk about is website behaviour, and no presentation would be complete at a retail show if I wasn't going to talk about cart abandonment campaigns. So let's have a talk about those and why they're important. Number one, customers are abandoning carts significantly more than they have in the past. So more and more people are putting things in the basket and not transacting at that point. So research by eMarketer points it to an increased consideration period. People don't just go online and then just buy stuff. You know, they go online, they look at it, they may then go check out a competitor's website, they may ask their friends. You know, there's a long period between actually deciding or thinking about buying something and actually hitting that buy now and entering your credit card details. And the discount vouchers effect, really big impact for retailers. So I'm about to transact, wait a minute, there's a box there for discount vouchers. Okay, I'm going to go back and see if I can find a discount voucher for a particular site, and obviously leading to cart abandonment. So it is happening more, and it's something that as retailers we need to be aware of. So some really common issues. 47% of cart abandonments were due to unreasonable shipping charges. So it's a commercial decision, but reducing your shipping charges might be one of the things that you could do. And if you could increase the number of people, if you could get those 47% transacting as a result of giving away free shipping, you probably find the maths adds up and it's worth doing. And another one, this is amazing. 22% of people abandon carts because they could not find customer service details. You know, and what does it take to actually put? If you're having trouble with transacting with us, please give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. 22% less people then are going to be abandoning your carts, so that's going to lead to a significant increase in the people that are actually transacting with you. So cart abandonment, really important. Loads of stuff that you guys can do around that before you even get to retargeting, which we're going to talk about in a second. So another really great stat for eMarketer, only 34% of retailers are currently remarketing using email. It says here 74% are planning to, but I've been planning to go to the gym for about 3 years, so I don't have a huge amount of faith that 74% of retailers are suddenly going to be doing email retargeting campaigns, you know, from next year. But and then only 10% by phone. So look at that. That's 70% of your competitors are not doing this. So you can blow away 70% of your competitors just by doing something as simple as retargeting via email, and 90% if you do by phone. Now I know that a lot of you, obviously online retailers, you're unlikely to have sales teams or want to invest in the cost of having a sales team in order to you know, sell your product. Maybe the average order value isn't high enough, maybe that's just not your business model. But if you could retarget your cart abandonments and use that very expensive time of a salesperson to call just those people, it would probably be worth getting someone in to do that, because depending on your cart abandonment rates, you can significantly increase the number of sales that you're making just by putting in that phone call. So you can rule the e-commerce world if you do these simple strategies that we're talking about today, because most of your competitors just aren't even in the game. Okay, so a word on approach. This is not the right approach. Complete your transaction now and get 20% off or 10% off. So what you're doing there is you're starting to what's what I'm looking for, motivate the wrong kind of behaviour. So sooner or later, if you give 20% off, people put something in their basket and then leave, people are going to start putting stuff in their basket and then leaving on purpose. It won't take long with today's socially connected consumers and turn around and go, by the way, if you go and put in more than 400 quid worth of stuff in this basket and then check out, then leave and come back, you get 20% off. So, and it's also quite pushy and salesy. What works much better is we noticed you had items in your basket, something we can help you with. Was there something that was unclear? Do you need any help? Do you need some advice on what product to buy? You know, making it a really customer service focused thing. really appeals to consumers. So there's a good example here from Grays. And what's good about this is that saying, hi Michael, we noticed you tried to sign up to Grays with our Guardian promotion. Now that's the interesting bit. They're actually using a little bit of personalisation, so they've noticed where that particular consumer has come from and then using it in the retargeting campaign. So we noticed that you came to Grays with our Guardian promotion, but you never ordered a box. It's really easy, and the first one's free, so please come back. Really nice, simple transactional message. Another example from Watchfinder. Hi, thank you for asking for a quote for a new watch. We need a little bit more information in order to get you that quote, and this will mean X, Y, and Z. So really simple, customer service focused, on brand with the main website. One of our clients, Watchfinder, sell very, very expensive watches, so it's absolutely worth them putting the extra effort in to get people to transact online. Okay, how do you actually do these remarketing campaigns? Okay, so a few options here. Your email marketing company probably offers some kind of functionality that you can use, some tracking that you can put on your site to track the number of people that don't get through to that last stage and then automatically retarget them. You can use your web analytics package to get that information. You can't use Google Analytics for this because it doesn't identify individuals, so you need to probably use a paid one like DC Storm or Core Metrics. Third option is third-party providers. Companies like Sales Cycle. Slightly interesting business model in that they won't charge you for setting it all up, they'll just charge you a percentage of the baskets that they recoup for you. So actually it's kind of a no-win, no-fee type situation. So with minimal effort on your side, really no reason for you guys not to be doing it. Okay, so cart abandonment's important. Got some things that we can change in our site to improve it. None of your competitors are really doing it, and there's some simple technology out there for you guys to crack on and start doing these campaigns. Timing very much depends on the sales cycle. If you've got a lot of competitive products and the sales cycle is quite short, send it quite quickly. If there's a very long consideration period, then take a few more hours or days in order to send that email out. But always think days, not hours. A couple of hours afterwards, they might have just been distracted for a minute. Give them time to transact without you forcing them to. Okay, other things that we can retarget on, and these ones are pretty much universally ignored, is offline activity. So calls into customer services. So you call into customer service saying, hi, yeah, I've got a problem. Why not follow it up with a really nice email? This is one myself. I called up EasyJet just the other day, said, hi, I can't check it online, help me. They sent me a nice survey afterwards saying, look, we're sorry that you actually had to call us. Could you tell us a little bit more about your experience so we can improve it? And that's so simple. Any customer service agent can have access to a system to send out an email. They can send it from their Outlook account if that's what needs to happen. But just confirming, thank you for calling, stretching out that positive customer service experience using email is such a cost-effective way of doing it. Store visits, one of my bugbears. People go into stores, they sign up to receive their newsletter, and you don't hear anything for 6 weeks afterwards. If they've bothered to come into your store and you know their details, or they give you their details at that store visit, just say thank you. Thank you for signing up. We hope you enjoy being part of our newsletter. Very simple things to do again. Restocking. It's a good example from Threadless. They had a cool t-shirt called Reach for the Stars. I thought my kid would like it. It's got a little picture of elephants standing on top of each other. They were out of stock. I said, let me know when you are back in stock. They are back in stock. I bought it this morning on the way up on the train. So, if anyone's taken the effort to say, look, I'm really interested in that product, please let me know when you're back in stock, you need to make sure you're communicating with them in an effective way. How many people kind of have restocking type options on their sites at the moment? Anyone? Guy over there? Do you send out emails when people respond? Oh, right, brilliant, excellent. So, these guys are doing it good. Brilliant, okay. And referrals as well. If someone's been recommended by a friend, make sure you go back to that friend and thank them. Get those brand advocates really humming for you, because we know what a force they can be to be reckoned with. Okay, so that was retargeting. Loads of things we can retarget on to get better results. Next thing is all about sales cycle marketing. This apparently is a caricature of me, which I don't think is very flattering. I very rarely wear a suit, and I'm not quite that cheesy, I don't think. But anyway, so the sales process generally is an expensive thing. Whether you use cheesy salespeople or whether you're using whatever you're using to get people through the process, it's very expensive. And actually augmenting it with email marketing is a fantastic way of increasing the effectiveness of it, as we'll see now. So email marketing can improve the impact of telemarketing by up to 70%, 70%, and direct mail by up to 40%. These are stats from the Direct Marketing Association UK, so these aren't just things that I kind of made up. This is from an industry body telling us that you can improve the response rates that you get from your direct mail by 40% if you do it in conjunction with email. So I mean, how would that work practically? You know, you would send out an email saying, hi guys, by the way, we're just about to send out our brand new catalogue. We're really excited. We'd love to hear what you think of it. It should be hitting you on your doorstep in the next week or so. Brilliant. I mean, I've never got, I mean, get a lot of catalogues through, never had any email first. So again, something that you can really differentiate yourself from your competitors by just being a little bit smart. What would it take you to send out an email to your base a week before you send out your catalogue? Very little. And telemarketing as well. Again, I mean, how many people have sales teams in that traditional sense? Does anyone have one here? You do? Oh, brilliant. Okay, so if you've got your sales team doing a campaign to a particular base, if you send that email out first, you can actually then improve what they're doing by 70%. We do that ourselves. Admittedly, it's in a B2B environment, but we will say, hi, we sent out an email. Did you get it? Yes, we did. Brilliant. Did you find it interesting? Yes. And actually, if you call them at exactly the same time, we often find that people are on our website at the point at which we called. So they're already engaging with us online, and we're saying, oh, hi, any question? Ooh, any questions? You know, really fantastic way, and that's why it is more effective. From welcome to sale. So, welcome campaigns. Who sends a welcome email out when people first hand over the details? We've got the nerds at the front there, doing it all right, brilliant. They in the white jacket, right. So, anybody else? Okay, yeah, brilliant, excellent. So quite a few of you doing it already. And this is the reason why you're doing it. If you look at the response rate, it's an absolute ski slope after the first kind of 30 days or so. Actually, some research have shown that it's hours will make a difference to your response rate. So you need to be sending out an immediate message as soon as someone hands over their details, whether that be in a store, online for a newsletter sign up, whether they bought something. Thank you for signing up to our newsletter. There's a really great example. I always call it not just a welcome message. This is a Marks and Spencer's welcome message, but this is absolutely spot on. Okay, so it's come out immediately after I've handed over my email address. It's got a strong call to action with start shopping straight away. Thank you. You'll now be one of the first to hear about our latest news from marksandspencers.com, packed full of new arrivals, inspiration for their home and latest technology. It's on brand, it matches their website, it's absolutely spot on. Sent out straight away. And the really strong call to action there, start shopping straight away. Let's not forget, there's a reason we want to build that relationship. We want to build that relationship so they spend more money online. So send the welcome message, make sure it's on brand, and make sure that it's not just a transactional message, because a lot of them are. Once you've welcomed them, once you've got their details, you can then start augmenting that sales process. So depending on how long it takes someone to buy something, you can send a sequence of emails that supports them at that stage. So this is an example from one of our clients into teaching. They do teaching assistant guides, quite dry, but if you Google teaching guides, you go to through to their site, hand over your email address, you can get a free into teaching e-bulletin. They do that, they then send out the first couple of emails they send out are very much, look, here's some free content, it's part of our guide, you can have absolutely free to help you along your way. And there's a sequence of messages. There's about 18 different messages that go out along the process over the period of about 40 days. The last one they send is pretty unequivocal. But the point is that they've built that relationship over their time. If they'd gone straight in with amazing offer you can't miss, the response rate would be significantly lower. And if you think about what would consumers want to know that are purchasing your product at this time, and whenever I try and buy something online, I always think you need to get a new dictionary. So if it's widescreen TV, it'll be what's HD, what size screen do I need, all that kind of stuff. If it's clothes, what are the latest fashions. So actually starting off with a very consultative, information-giving type approach, you can then afford to build up to, okay, look, now you need to buy from us, guys. So starting off with that nice guide-based content to begin with really works. And at the beginning, make sure you're capturing the right data. This is quite a new form, and I absolutely love it. It's one of our clients, Financial Times. Now, what they're talking about here is the new FT tilt, which is basically I've got 5 minutes. I've only got 5 minutes. Gosh, I thought I was going to be quick as well, didn't I? Sorry. Okay, so right, FT Tilt, new website that talks about emerging economies. So tilt, planets are power tilting towards them. But as you can see, they've made it a lovely sentence. So it's, you know, hello FTT, my name is Mark, and my day job involves talking to people at RBTE. You know, it's actually a sentence, and it's a far more natural way to give over information. This was just a column of forms, much less likely to fill it out. Get the sequence going on. I'll try and skip through a couple of these because we've only got 5 minutes. But so actually, if you don't get to sell to them the first time round, still maintaining that relationship. So if haven't bought straight away, make sure you keep in contact with them. Go compare, and they have an annual life cycle, but you don't just stop communicating with them between 1 year and the next. You need to make sure that they're in your mind, they're in their minds moving forward. And I guess with all of these things, as with Phil and Grant, focus on what you can achieve today as opposed to trying to do too much in one go. So setting up just a welcome message at the beginning and then moving on to secret message and everything else later on. Another one here, after purchase. Who sends out after purchase review emails? Anyone? No? Okay, really good example from Wiggle. After each and every purchase, thank you for buying this, please review it online. Generates loads of user-generated content on your site, which is great for SEO. Helps people know how other people are interacting with your product. So it's just a whole shed load of wins. Another example here from Watchfinder again, using the Do You Review service, but again, after each and every purchase, hi, thank you for making a purchase. We'd love to hear your opinion. Let us know online. And if you don't have a review service on your site, just ask them to email you with the feedback. That process in itself builds a stronger relationship with your recipients. Transactional as well. Your order has been delivered. You've bought something from us, thank you very much. It's been delivered. Don't let it be a plain text email that gets sent out. Every single email you send should be on brand and should be selling to at the same time. This is one from Naked Wines. Thank you for buying from us. And by the way, we've got some great offers at the moment. Please come back to the site. Getting social. I have to skip through this one. So 3 ways to do it. Obviously, within your email marketing, you've got to be talking about sharing this content on the social networks. I always think email is a great way to drive into social networks and then get them to go viral from there on. Obviously, use the appropriate social network to your recipients. Another development here, don't just give them the option to share the whole email, because there'll be one part of the email they are actually really interested in. So carve out that bit of HTML and then share that bit of HTML, not the entire email, because they might be interested in email marketing and Google Analytics working together, but they're probably not interested that Susan from accounts just had a baby. So make sure you're only sharing the relevant content. Last point on this one, using social networks to get more email subscribers. Social relationships are great, and obviously there's a huge amount of potential there, but you're not in control of the relationship. You know, it's not a commercial relationship. Email is a commercial relationship. So if you've got strong ties with people via Facebook or Twitter, getting them to subscribe to your emails through there is absolutely the right way to do, because then you can define how that relationship moves forward. With social, they define it, and you're not as in control as you could be. Okay, very last point. This is really great development from Foursquare. So Foursquare users, you would have got one of these emails as well. It's saying, look, thank you for using Foursquare, but by the way, we noticed that these people that you follow on Twitter, these avatars that you can see up there now, are using Foursquare, but you're not connected to them. So they know what my Twitter name is, they know what my Foursquare name is, and they've tied the two together. So actually personalising content based on people's social interactions, I think something we're going to see a lot more of over the next kind of coming year or so. Obviously Foursquare, you'd expect them to be right ahead of the pack there. Yeah, okay. That was me. Sorry for the rush bit at the end. Any questions? Do we have time for questions? Nice man over there. 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes for questions. Okay, cool. Any questions at all? If not, I can go back and do more detail on the previous things. Hello, lady, in the white top.
I just wanted to know, so when you're talking about retargeting the non-opens,
Yeah.
I was going to do that, but then what do I do with everyone, the people who don't react to that? Do I disregard them for good? For example, they haven't opened in the last 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, it's a bit of
I actually just say, okay, I've tried to reactivate them, but I can't now, that's it.
How many people do you have on your list?
A lot.
A lot. I mean, yeah, there's a commercial element because you don't want to be emailing people too much that because that's a cost to that.
Up in a while, which is what I was planning to do, like a retargeting
I think, yeah, I mean,
based on that, but then, so I was just wondering.
If you're going to not send to them ever again, do that final message is the best advice then.
Discount, but then do I literally say, okay?
I would say, right. The point is that those people aren't responding to your normal email communication, so you need to do something very different in order to get their attention. So I would suggest taking a segment of those people and doing some tests with them. So maybe offer them a discount, maybe send them an SMS or another channel if you've got that, saying, look, if you do not respond to this, we're never going to email you again, and see if anybody responds to it that way as well. But yeah, you're quite right. If it's been a year without them opening, it's probably time to remove them from your list, because there is a negative deliverability issue if you're continually emailing people that aren't responding. So absolutely, it's worth not sending to them if they have not, they consistently have not opened. Very true.
Any other questions for Mark?
Questions? Man at the back.
Okay. You said about the emails that keep them on brand, keep the graphics in there.
Yeah.
Is there a perfect balance between using sort of a graphical header, HTML body, or is it all JPEG? What gets that open? Is it also better to keep your images hosted on an external web server, or do you embed them in the email, which is the best way to do it with the images?
That's a really good question. Yeah, I mean, generally hosting them is a much better option, purely because you can then track the opens when they download the images, and if you embed them, you won't know when they've actually seen your email. So I would always say host the images externally. With regard to the balance, a big header image at the top is a really bad idea. Make sure you've got HTML above your main image so that they can see it even when the images are actually switched off. I've actually got a slide that I was going to show you here. So if you look at this here on the left hand side, that's with the images switched off. On the right, it's with the images switched on. So what we've actually done is in the alternative text, we've said, please download images in order to see our content. So instead of saying alternative text at the top right, this is the Pure 360 logo, you say, please download images to see this content. And actually, when we did this change, changing it from just Pure 360 to enable images to see the remote content, we got a 15% higher open rate off the bat. So absolutely worth doing.
Also,
great.
with the Marks and Spencer's email,
yeah.
that was sort of a proof of well-formatted email.
Yeah.
Across the top, were they actual hyperlinks?
Yeah, they were their main navigation ones. Yeah, so they would click through to there.
Any more questions at all?
More questions? Okay, last point. Salesforce.com email, really relevant one. One on the left received 30% higher click-through rate, 28.5%, purely by making the call to action really clear and near the top of the page as opposed to the right. So 30% higher open rate just by putting that call to action higher up the page. My closing thought to you all, thank you very much for listening. Hope you enjoy the show. Have a good day and do lots of great email marketing. Cheers.
Mark. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.